Good morning. I just wanted to go through the report template. So on our Google Classroom, you'll see that we've got a template for the structure. Now, last year, our exam results showed that we got really high marks on our structure. So I want you to have a look at this structure. And when you do your CAP, I want you to use this structure. So in your CAP, you're going to be just doing activity 1. And then once you've done with your other teachers, Colette and Emma, once you've done the change management and quality, then you'll do the second part, okay, which is a presentation. So I just want to go through and just say, this is a formal document, so you're not writing we. You're reporting on the facts that you find and who should be addressing the issues and concerns and that sort of thing. Okay, so it's very formal, so you've got to really make sure you check your spelling and grammar. Okay, so you open up a blank document. You won't get a template for this exam, but you'll see that I've put a suggested heading. So this report has been compiled by, and then you would put your name there, and it is intended for put the name of the business who you're writing it on for. Okay, so don't forget, you are a consultant. You're looking at all the issues that you've been given in your part A. And when you get the part B, it'll tell you the focus that you're supposed to have for your report. So just wanted to go through, this is a rough idea of how to lay it out. There are exemplars that do it a little bit differently, but like I say, it's worked for us with high marks last year. So anyway, so you do your introduction. Don't worry about, you don't have to put numbered points, but that is good practice on your report. And you're saying what the purpose of your report is. So when you get part B, you'll be asked to do in activity 1, the purpose of your report is to focus on motivation, or it might be human resources, or you'll be told what that activity is for. You can give a little bit about the business background as well. So to put the whole task into context. On Part A, you will see that they'll have 3 different strategic aims or objectives, things that they want to be working for. The whole point of this task is for you to help them reach those aims. Okay, so you can list the aims under point 2. Now, what you're going to do in Part A, you're going to go through and you're going to highlight where you can see that there are problems, and then put them in this section. What are the current issues? What can you see that is the problem? Okay, so focus your points on which ones affect any goals that you've listed. All right, so if you can do any calculations, if you remember from Unit 3, the gross profit margin, net profit margin, sometimes you get information where you can do some calculations, you get extra points. Then so you separate paragraphs for each point that you can identify, or each problem that you can identify. All right. Then in the solutions, you're going to address those problems that you've listed in the current issues one by one and say, what do you think they should do to resolve that issue? Okay. Any strategies that you can think of. And don't forget, in the report, you've got to put, well, if you're suggesting a solution, put what the consequences are for good and what could go wrong, and with the issues, please say what you see is dig deep. So you want to be identifying the problem and just saying this is causing this issue, and if there's any positives or if there's any negatives, give that. So if it's a leadership style, for example, autocratic leadership style, you recognise that as a bit of an issue because long term, that sort of style of leadership is hard for employees to deal with long term, but sometimes it is actually necessary. If you've got to meet targets, you've got to meet goals, sometimes it's necessary. So give pros and cons of anything that you discover, and give the solutions. And then recommendations, summarise what you feel the issues are that are going against the goals that they're trying to achieve. You could allocate who should do what. If you're given an introduction into some of the staff at the business, so you could say, who does what, okay? So that is what you're going to be doing in your CAP. I hope that explains.